friends. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Dixie. So guys, today as you can see, I'm out here in the garden. It's a garden update. It's end of April, so I'm here to show you guys how the garden is looking right now. It has been a mess. The garden has been a mess the whole of the winter. Nothing was growing, but as of now, as you all can see, this is my 3-year-old peach tree. It's doing really well. It's about 12 feet tall, I can say. And that is my greenhouse. It's a mess right now because I have all of my garden tools, and as of now it's just housing my garden tools and my pots and all that. So as you all can see, the peach is filled with fruits. The peach is loaded with fruits, guys. Look at all this. The peach tree, it's all fruits. It's all little peach tree, sorry, fruits. See, it is doing really well. Like I told you guys, it's been here for 3 years. This is its 3rd summer in here, and we have been harvesting a lot of peach every summer. Look at this guy. I only have one peach tree in the garden, so and we're really enjoying it, guys. So right here, as you all can see, these are strawberries growing. Last year I just put 4 plants of strawberries, and this is what they did. They're spread over and take over the whole place here. And I just dumped that mint plant there. I am about to take it off because the planter that it was in, it broke, so I just dumped it there just to find a new planter to put it in, because I don't want the bin to take over the whole place. And those are chive. They've been there for a year, I can say. And another one over there, doing good. Some tomatoes coming up, because last year I have tomatoes here, and some of the fruit fell up here. What I did, I intentionally left them there, because this year I intentionally left some fruit, tomato fruits fell in the garden and the garden beds, just to get more tomato seedlings this year, not to do a lot of seedlings. I didn't want to I know I was gonna be busy this year to attend to my seedlings indoors, so the idea I had was to just let the tomatoes drop. So as you can see, all these are coming up. This is the Jubilee tomato that was here last year. So I put about few seedlings, and this is one of them. This is another type of tomato, something, I need to find a name and I'll link it up here. And this is my black cherry. This is the black cherry, and this is the silver fir tomato. That one is what is it called? It's another Jubilee tomato that was here. So I let it go so you guys can see it is coming up. And these are my licorice basil that I transplanted here. Guys, you know I'm outside in the garden. There's a lot of noise going on, so excuse the noise in the background. Cars are passing by. And this is another licorice basil. This is what I'm talking about. This came up by itself. This is a ground cherry that was here last year. So all of these I'm gonna pull and transplant somewhere else. I'm not gonna leave them here. My cilantro is going to seed. It is really hot out here right now, guys. My lemon tree, guys, it is really suffering. It has been hit by the severe weather here in Texas twice in a row, like 2 years. This is sad, guys. This plant has been here for this is its second year and it's not doing really well. So hopefully I'll figure out a way to help it do its thing. And these are my this is really beautiful, guys. This is a super senior. I have planted, that's the pink one over there. There's a yellow, kind of like a rustic yellow. I can't remember the name. I wish I kept the tag so I can tell you guys what the name is, but they're here. I have 4 planters hanging. I have 1 yellow there, pink, yellow, and pink. They're all over here in the garden. These things are gonna just grow and look like a trail and look like a ball on top. It is really beautiful. These flowers are so beautiful. So I'm just trying to bring beauty in the garden with the fruits and all. As you can see here, I forgot to show you guys this. The silver fir tomato is really producing right now. You guys can see the fruit right there. It is amazing. So here I just throw stuff in here. I have a taro root that I planted in here. It's gonna act as a flower and also produce some roots for me to eat. If you're from Gambia or West Africa, you know what jabera is. That's what I planted here. It's a part of the elephant ear family, so that's gonna make this area beautiful. I have some beets that are growing here. Kale, that's the dinosaur kale. This tomato came by itself, so I'm gonna try to find a place to put it. And these are my onion chives. They're flowered and they're ready to seed, so they're gonna produce some seeds for me to grow all over in the garden too, because I love the onion chives. I have different types of chive. I have the garlic chive and the onion chive. And this is my red Russian kale, doing really well. And I have some beets at the back here, some cilantro here. This is taking over, guys. Another dinosaur kale. You see, guys, what I'm talking about? Tomatoes all over the garden. I didn't do this. I don't know what happened. Maybe the seeds were dry and then flew over it. The garden spread everywhere, so everywhere you go in the garden you will see some tomatoes. I wanted this intentionally, but not that much. So like I said, I did not do a lot of seedlings, especially tomatoes this year, because I know I was going to find some here to transplant all over in the garden. Wherever I have space, I'll put tomatoes, because I love tomato. I can tomatoes, I freeze tomatoes, and I what is it called again? I make tomato purees and I make tomato sauce. So I love my tomato, and the kids love it. They eat it fresh in the garden. So another way to snack in the garden. So guys, I utilize every space in the garden. So as you can see here, I have this beautiful flower bush here, up here, and I have sage growing up here. In here the sage is flowering. I'm about to cut this and make some, dry it, make some sage tea. I love my sage tea. And some cilantro. Like I said, it's really getting hot, so most of the cilantros are going to seed. They didn't even get a chance to grow really well. Big, I can say. So you see, I have everything going on in this big pot. I have another type of kale over there, and some green mustard, giant red mustard growing up there. It's not doing too well, but it will survive. Another thing I don't grow anymore in the garden. Not grow. I don't do seedlings. Like, I don't put seeds in the ground. Another thing that I don't put seeds in the ground is marigold. Marigolds have been coming up by themselves in the garden since the first time I planted marigold. It's been 4 years, and these flowers, what I do is when the growing season is over, I just let them stay in the garden. So the next year, everything But the thing about it is I'm gonna be pulling a lot of them out because they're crazy. They just spread all over the garden. And these marigolds are edible marigolds. And I see it. Let me bring you closer. This is the pink super petunier plant. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Hopefully, if I'm not, someone will help me out with that. This is my tangerine tree that has produced fruit last year for us, but this year it was hit by the brutal winter storm that we had here in Texas this February. So it wasn't as bad as last year, but it was bad too. So it was hit. So this is what happened. It didn't die, but this is what's happening. It's doing like the lemon, but it's doing better than the lemon. As you can see, the leaves are green and looking shiny, but the lemon, the leaves are struggling. And I have, like I said, always utilizing the area. I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but I just put some strawberry plants there. Hopefully they're gonna be helping. I don't know. Like I said, I always experiment, so I'm not sure that if that's a good idea, but I'm gonna leave it there. Need to find a place to put these plants, the lemon and the tangerine tree, put them in the ground. So this is my other planter, guys. This is where it is. Has some sugar snap peas that are trailing up here, and I throw in some the burgundy beans, bush beans that I throw in here, and I have some tomatoes that are up here. Some of them came by themselves and some didn't. These are this I put here is the organic San Marzano tomato. It's a really pasty tomato, so this is really good to make tomato paste or make tomato sauce. It is really rich and fleshy. So I have another dwarf tomato here, the tiny tin tomato that's what's here. Georgia collard green, that's what I have here. And I have some Cajun peppers that are growing here, so I dumped a lot. I have about 4 plants in here, and some of them have fruit already, but they're short. Some of them I pluck out the fruit just to help the plant to just focus on building its roots. So that's what I'm doing. This tomato came by itself. It was the tomato that was here last year, orange Zinzer tomato. That's what it is. So I'm gonna pull that and put it somewhere else. This is the other yellow super petunia plant. I have a flower that came up by itself, and as you can see, it already flowered, and I don't know if it's gonna bring seeds or something. I don't know. This came by itself. This I did not plant. It's cilantro and peppers that are coming up here. I don't know how they came about, but guys, I am keeping it. So I'm gonna let it do its thing, and I will transplant it up there. This is my squash that came up by itself. Like I said, a lot of things here in the garden came up by themselves, so I'm just gonna let them do their thing and just provide food for us in the garden. So there's another sprout that came up from here, from this bunch. Another one not doing too well, but it's good. Another one over there. All these ones and that over there came up here. And that I think is a cucumber because it came up by itself too. So I'm gonna find a way to trail it to go up in there on the fence over there. So I'll figure out what to do when I find time to do it. So this is my garden bed too. Guys, all these things you're seeing here, they are Egyptian spinach called jute leaf. If you're from West Africa, kereng, that's how we call it. So that's what I didn't plant any of these. All these came by themselves too. I planted Egyptian spinach here last year, so I just let it drop, and just come up. I collected some seed and I let the rest drop here. This is what is coming up. As you can see, they're over there. And here too, I have Malabar spinach. Guys, look at this. Malabar spinach all over the garden. It wasn't doing well last year, so I couldn't even harvest a lot. So I don't know, I didn't pull the plant or anything. I just let everything drop, but it's taking over the whole garden, guys. This is a mistake. I am not gonna do this again. It is taking over the whole garden. That is my jalapeno pepper. It's really doing well. And here we have my bitter tomato. Last year it did really well, so I'm trying to see if this year it's gonna work. This plant is doing well compared to this one. Something is eating it, as you guys can see. More Malabar spinach. This is my this is their, I also have another, I have a, what is it called, purple tomatillo that I planted here last year. This came up too, and it's coming up all over here. I'm about to come here and pull all these things here, because all I want here is just my Egyptian spinach, my jute leaf. So this is my hot pepper garden bed. I have ghost pepper here, ghost pepper at the back, which that tomato is leaning on. Sorry, that pepper. All these are hot peppers. So I'm gonna have to find a stick and let it tie it there so it can have somewhere to hold on to, I can say. That's another tomato I put there. Those are, I think that's another dwarf tomato. It doesn't grow so big, so it's gonna produce some tomato. I'm not sure. No, I don't think it's a dwarf tomato, but I'll check the name and I'll let you guys know. I bought the seed from my gardener, and this is my first year growing it. I had the seed since last year, but I didn't plant it. So this is my first time planting this in the garden. Hopefully it's gonna do really well. I have some more flowers here. Excuse my AC unit going on the background. These are some more super petunia flowers. Look how beautiful these look, guys. This is like a rustic purple. It's so beautiful. And I have more here in this pot. I have another white one over there. So I'm just gonna let this grow. This is how they grow. They're gonna trail down and just form a ball, a beautiful ball. I'm just hoping that this is gonna do the same thing, because I did it last year and year before last, and all the flowers up there were so beautiful. So last year I just planted one because they ran out of my store, my garden store. At the time I went to pick them up, everything was gone. I couldn't find them anywhere. So I was lucky to just find one at what's it called, at Callaway. Just one pot. That's what I found last year. So this year when I found them, I just snatched all of them and brought them home. Everything I need. And I throw in a what is this? This is a dwarf tomato, a tiny tim tomato. Yeah, I throw in a tiny tim tomato here too. And this is another dwarf tomato, but it's not tiny tim tomato. The package just say dwarf tomato when I bought them. And this is my aloe vera plant that I got from that big plant that is suffering. It was hit by the winter, but it's really doing good here. So this is where I got it from. It came on the side and I just pull it and plant it there, and it's doing really well. And in this area, guys, as you can see, excuse me, sorry. This area, as you can see, guys, this is where my red barrel is. I have another one at the back. There's one here, and around here I just want to make it look beautiful, just to complement here the rain barrel, just to make the area look beautiful. So this borage also came by itself. I think I've planted borage one time in the garden too, and they always come back every year. This is my scarlet kale, guys. It was really hit by the winter this past winter, doing bad. I nearly pulled it out, but I let it be, and look how beautiful this look. Look how beautiful this look, guys. I love the scarlet kale. There's another one here, and look at this beautiful flower that I planted here last year. It was just 4 inches when I put it here. Look how big, it grown. And that's a stevia plant that I planted here last year too. It was 4 inches tall when I put it here. Everything is doing really well, especially my oregano, guys. I wanted this area to look like a bush. You know, when you go to the forest, how the plants interact with each other and just give each other space to grow. That's the thing I was trying to mimic here. So, and I think I've achieved this. Look at how beautiful this oregano is grown. I've just planted everything close together. Look at this. And everything is doing really well. They're giving each other space to grow, and I really love that. That plant, it always produces beautiful pink flowers. I got that from Costco. You have seen my what is it called, my hot flowers pepper bed. Those are yellow habanero, and all these are hot Hungarian pepper. This is just called salsarific on the plant. There's another hot pepper. It's also I'll see if I can find the name and I'll let you guys know. Put the name up here so you guys can see it. You see all those marigolds? All this area was filled with marigolds. All this area, so I took them out and I planted some over there on that pallet so they will trail, because marigolds, when they grow, they trail. These are all edible marigolds. The flowers are edible, so you can eat. So I want them to trail down and give that area a beautiful look. And I have some more that I planted along here. I just transplanted this last night and it's not doing really well. This one is not doing really well, and those ones are trying. If this one is not doing well, I'll take it off and transplant another one in there. There's another borage. As you guys can see, it's coming up by itself. Guys, look at that. All these sunflowers came by themselves. This whole area is filled, packed with sunflower. I have to pull some off and just give the area some air, because I have some tomatoes at the back that are growing there, and some what's it called, some amaranth that are coming up by themselves. All the flowers that were here are coming up by themselves, so I have to pull some sunflowers so I can have room for them to grow. All this area is bushy, so they're all gonna help each other grow. I don't know what is gonna happen here. I've never had this much of sunflower in one area, but this year, this is what happened. And I'm gonna let it do its thing. I'm gonna let it do its thing and see how well they're gonna grow together. Hopefully they're not gonna harm my tomatoes, because if they're doing that, I am pulling them out, because nobody touches my tomatoes. Nobody harms my tomatoes. I don't joke with my tomatoes, guys. That's how much I love tomatoes. And that's a garlic chive that is doing really well. It's been here for 3 years, and you see how bushy it is. This too is just spreading all over the garlic chive. And that's my asparagus. It's been here for 3 years, doing really well. I've harvested some last year. Really tastes really good. Tasted really good. And those are my gypsy peppers that are really producing. Can you believe, guys? End of April, these peppers are producing. That's only in Texas, I can say. Look at that. There's a cucumber that is coming up over there, and these are my sugar snap peas that are not doing really well, because I can see it's really hot here in Texas right now, and they don't do really well with the heat, so I'm just leaving them there to do their thing. And those are flowers too I brought last year. They're doing really good. One of them is daisy, so I don't know. I might be wrong too, but I don't know if that's working good. That's another bitter tomato, another tomato that's coming up by itself, another one, another cucumber I think that's coming up, or cucumber or squash. I did not plant that. One is coming up. These are my sorrel, the green sorrel that are coming up. I really love this sorrel. It's sour. It's like a spinach, but it's sour, and I really love it. And this these are some hibiscus plants that I planted here. They're not doing really well because I think I planted them too early. I started them beginning of April, which I shouldn't have done. I was just in a hurry. Wanted them to grow so fast so I can have some flowers to come in, but I'm gonna come back here because I planted a lot of them over there. Nothing came up here, so you can see it's just few plants that are showing right there. Here, and I just transplanted that Malabar spinach over there, and that's my lemon verbena that is coming up. It's been here for 2 years. It's trying. Also, it got hit by the weather, severe winter storm, and my lavender too, and the Mexican marigold, Mexican mint. Here, my sage that's not doing too well, but it's trying. As you can see, guys, these are all Malabar spinach. I was just transplanting this today. It was a lot. I couldn't transplant everything here. I'm just pulling out and throwing away. This is my sage that I started from seed, and it's flowering, and it's right now the flowers have dropped, and I think it's producing seeds now. This plant, I have no idea what this is. It's just acting like what I can say, ground cover, which is doing really well in this area, because this area is my kitchen garden house. Sorry, I plant all my, I'm sorry, there's a car passing by. I plant all my herbs here, so when I need something to when I need some herbs, I can just come out here and just pluck and just go in the garden. I have onion chive here, pineapple sage, parsley, Italian parsley. That was lemon basil that I'm gonna plant again here. I just let it go to seed. This is what I did last year. I just let everything go to seed and I let them drop their seeds. So what I'll do is just come in and dig them out and transplant somewhere else. So like I said, all these plants I started from seed last year. I have oregano here. I've put another scarlet scale here, which was hit by the winter last year, and it's coming up, doing well. And there's dill over here. There's a flower. I have basil, lemon thyme, garlic chive, onion chive. All this, and this is Russian tarragon, and I think I can't really tell the difference, but I think this is summer savory. I'll check and see if it's right, because I know I put a Russian tarragon here. This one I know, and I know I've planted a summer savory here too. So I'm not sure if this is another Russian tarragon. It don't look like it, because this is flowering like purple looking like flowers, and this is kind of like a green. Well, nothing coming up yet, but I'll watch and see. No flowers coming up yet, but the leaves also look different. The leaf looks different, as you can see. Look at the leaves here with the rigid edges here, and these ones, the leaves are smooth, you can see. Okay, this is my oregano doing really well. So I am coming here and grow another row of basil here for next year. Sorry, coming in and grow a row of basil here. That's another squash that came out of that one over there, and I'll try and see what I can do to help it do its thing, because that one is doing really well. All these ones are not, and that one they're not. Maybe because I transplanted these ones and that one I did not. These are my greens that I've planted here, and mixed greens and everything, but it's been attacked by something, because I think I've watered them. I think they were wet, and all these things are attacking them. Yuck. So I'm gonna be pulling all these things out, because I'm not eating that. Those are bok choy and some mustard green, some beets, some spinach, and everything. But everything was attacked. Luckily for me, we have harvested a lot and ate a lot, so I can't complain. I have some corn coming up here. See, this year the garden is just I just let everything just grow. So I'm just gonna let everything grow, trying to see if they will all give each other a room to grow. These corns I put in there. Those tomatoes are coming up by themselves. I'm gonna pull out because tomatoes are really huge, and I know that is the black Cherokee tomato. I'll check the name and see if I'm not saying it right, but I think I have a big black, a giant tomato there last year. That's what I think it was, the black Cherokee. And this is another plant, I think it's cucumber or squash or whatever. So I'm gonna have to tie a rope here and let it hang over here. Try to trail on top here or here. We'll see what I can do. More peppers here that are producing. I think that's my banana peppers that are coming up, and these are my gypsy peppers that are doing. Look at how amazing this is. This is another amazing plant that is doing really good. It has been here for 2 years now, and it's coming up with the crazy winter storm that we have. This lemon balm is still doing well and coming up again. More marigolds coming there, and basils that are coming up by themselves. Have some dill here, and this is my cow lily, the purple cow lily that is coming, purple or yellow, either one of them, because I have 2 of them in the garden. Maybe it's the purple or the yellow. So this is what attacks my plants, y'all. Look at this. And I've covered this, but I guess I didn't cover it too well. It attacked all my greens, so I'm not mad. It's okay. I'll get some more kales, and because we really eat more of the kales and the spinach. And I don't know if I can grow lettuce right now because it's really hot, but I'll put a pot on the shade there and I'll plant some lettuce and see if that's gonna help. Here you see the sunflowers over there taking all over. So this planter here houses my sweet potatoes. This is where I grow my sweet potatoes, so they are gonna come up here and trail over there. So every year this is where I grow my sweet potatoes. I've already planted a cucumber that I'm gonna pull out and transplant somewhere else. I just put the seed there, but I know I'm gonna pull that out. So that at the back there is where my what is it called? That's where my compost is. My compost is at the back, and I put what is it? Because I want it to look neat. I don't want to be obvious that there's a compost there. So I'm gonna be filling that up with some more soil, and I plant some flowers up there. And I have some potatoes that are growing in that red planter that you can see over here. In that red planter, I have potatoes that are growing up there. So hopefully all this is gonna do good. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and make sure that everything will do really well. So guys, this is the garden. It's not still looking good because I still have my tools there because I was cleaning the garden. And all these things, all these planters are coming back because they belong over there. As you can see, I was just trying to put some mulch in the garden, just trying to clean everything. It's not yet done, but I'll be back to finish up with the cleaning. All this mess here is going away, everything. So this is what the garden looks like. Thank you all so much for coming by and watch this amazing video about this garden tour here. Okay, let me show you something. I think this is where the problem is. These things are horrible when it comes to squashes and cucumbers. They will suck up the plant dead. This is what's happening. Now I see where the problem is. They're the one killing these plant, so I have to come up here and trying to figure out what to do with these things. Man, they did a horrible thing to my plants last year. No cucumbers, there just few cucumbers I can say that I have. Oh, I'm coming up for you guys. I'm coming after you. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming over to watch this amazing garden tour video. Thank you all so much, and to all my subscribers, thank you for coming back. I am so glad to have you be part of my YouTube family. And if you're new to this channel guys, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, so whenever I post a new video you will be notified. And thank you so much for coming over to watch this video too. Please guys, help me share this video with your family and friends. You guys have a wonderful day. I hope to see you all in my next video. This is your girl Jixie saying bye till next time.